Welcome.
Okay, now I'm recording, man.
Welcome.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
So, due to Miley and Reb's request, we're gonna
shout out. We got 2 fans.
we were gonna start doing videos, and unfortunately for this episode, Will couldn't actually join us because he's sick.
One of the fingers
We got
of the
gauntlet.
gauntlet is not here.
So Thanos only snapped with 2.
Okay. I can't even do it. So that's why we're like a tripod.
Okay, so before we get into the meat of the discussion, there were some trailers that came out that we wanted to talk
we didn't
about.
watch them.
It's okay, because I remember them from memory.
Oh, okay.
So which one did you want to talk about first? Because I remember that you had some that you wanted to discuss.
Let's talk about. Well, let's talk about the announcement trailer
Okay.
for The Irishman.
Okay, you go first because
It's cast looks good. It just kind of late.
yeah,
It's a late hour for these gentlemen.
I agree.
It's like what was that movie that Morgan Freeman did? Bucket List. This is my bucket list of talents.
Yeah,
Because there's De Niro, Pacino, Keitel, and Joe Pesci.
right.
How old are they now? 80?
God, De Niro's
in his 70s.
Yeah.
Guarantee, right?
And then Al Pacino's older than De Niro, I think.
They're all a bit long in the tooth for what I'd prefer.
Yeah.
I'd prefer them being young and in their prime, but I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
It's Scorsese, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll do better.
The funny thing about announcement trailers is that they don't do anything for me. Because all it is just a bunch of names on a screen, and they're good actors, don't get me wrong, and we have a good director.
It's to build hype.
Yeah, but I just don't get anything out of reading names on a screen. I want to actually see something for the movie to sell.
I feel
me
like
on.
their names speak for themselves.
No, yeah,
It's
I mean,
like
they have
Scorsese.
No, yeah, like I said, they're great actors, and Scorsese is a fantastic director. But I mean, I need to know a little bit about the story in order for me to actually go see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I will, because it's kind of, I guess they're coming back. All of them are coming back to make another movie. I will go see it.
Yeah.
Because it's them. But I would
it-
like to see something to sell me on.
Is it coming out in theaters?
I think it's coming out on Netflix. I think.
It'll be a Netflix thing, yeah.
Yeah, because that's where movies are gonna go now, man. I mean, it's just Netflix from here.
Well, like Netflix has monopolized the stand-up comedian thing.
Yeah.
Every stand-up wants to be on Netflix now because they just make way more money, and Netflix doesn't care
Right. Yeah.
about
Yeah.
their content. They can just do whatever they want. So it's kind of a nice thing for stand-up comedians, but for movies, it's kind of like this hot topic because for the traditionalists, they require that it comes out in theaters, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's on Netflix and it goes to everyone.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. What was that movie? Bright.
Oh
Right?
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Was
we
that
have
the
to
first thing?
Talk about it.
Was that the first thing Netflix did for as far as content coming out on big movies?
I don't know. It could have been. I can't remember.
think that was the first big movie.
Yeah, I can't remember anything else prior. There could have been, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But it's funny they mentioned that because Gabriel Iglesias, he actually did a bit in his new special. He said that Netflix killed Comedy Central.
Yeah.
And I find that to be completely true. Because it's like, yeah, all the comedians want to go there because everyone's watching Netflix now.
Well, now, if you find out that someone's special is coming out on Comedy Central, that means they got rejected by Netflix.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of, I feel like I'm no expert, but I feel like Netflix is ideal, and then maybe HBO or Showtime, and then I feel like the last thing is possibly maybe Comedy Central, and then even further down than that is just putting it out independent.
Yeah.
But if you're popular enough, like Gabriel or Louis was the first to.
Oh yeah.
Louis C.K., the controversial.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. He's the
Right.
first to put out his special on his own site,
Mm-hmm.
and supposedly made a lot of money from that.
Yeah. I mean, I think Louis C.K. is a very funny comedian, and he was completely raw and uncensored, which I found to be hilarious.
You're doing him dirty right now.
Yeah. But I mean, I
think. I don't know.
I like Louis C.K. as a comedian. I think he does great work. I don't know much about his personal life, but as a comedian, I think he's great.
Like, I feel bad that they're, like, attacking him now because he's working out bits. The only way you can find out if you can do good work or not is if you work out the bits, but, like, people are like, recording him while he's doing sets and, like...
Yeah.
You know, be like, oh, why are you talking about the Parkland shooting and stuff, you know? Because he's trying to figure out what to say, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't go into, like, a novelist's room and, like, read what they're typing out. They're still figuring it, you know, what they're going to do, so...
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens when Louis comes out with a special sometimes.
Another trailer that I want to talk to you about is Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix! That's what I'm looking at.
Okay, so I need to hear your thoughts first because...
Oh, man. There's a lot of hype in the trailer, which kind of scares me because... I feel like if you load up the hype into the trailer, there's nothing left for when you watch it in theaters, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
And, like, it looks like Sophie Turner might do a decent job. It just looks... It looks like there's a lot going on.
Yeah. I see almost no difference... From the way that they're marketing it, I see almost no difference from X-Men 3.
Last Stand.
Yeah, and if it bombs like X-Men 3, I don't know why they're... continuing on with this Dark Phoenix thing. I get that Bryan Singer, he wants to make his own Dark Phoenix movie since what's his name? What's the guy's name? The one that directed X-Men 3?
Brett Ratner?
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since Bryan Singer didn't make X-Men 3, like this is his version of X-Men 3 in a way.
Like Brett Ratner's he's gone into obscurity since making that movie, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, like he's not a good director at all.
Oh, he's not a director at all.
He's terrible. I don't like many of his movies.
I don't know that scene with Quicksilver. I just watched the recent trailer. You're talking about the recent one, right?
Yeah, for Dark Phoenix.
Quicksilver running on the planks of wood.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna get hit or something, right?
Oh yeah, because if Phoenix can take out Apocalypse, then she can easily anticipate what Quicksilver is gonna do.
I feel like he's too powerful. If you can run into somebody going that fast,
they're gonna explode.
Yeah,
they're gonna pop.
So I don't know. I guess it looks good. You know, Jennifer Lawrence, she's a big name. Fassbender, he's a big name. You know, McAvoy, they're all great actors. So
yeah,
it just depends on what they're having them say and the pacing and if it's edited correctly. It's just weird because like. After this movie, it's not a Fox thing anymore, you know? It's going to be a Disney franchise after this. So, like, how are they going to end? How are they going to booktell this story and make it... How are they going to close it and have it be something that is great, you know?
Yeah, definitely. That's why, I mean, like, we had this conversation before at other podcasts, but they really should have ended the X-Men franchise with Days of Future Past. Because I thought that was a perfect conclusion to everything,
Because Logan wakes up and, like, it's different, you know? Kitty's dating Colossus.
Right, yeah.
You know?
And, I mean, like, I personally liked Logan. I thought that was a fantastic... I know that you didn't like it. But, I mean, if they were going to end the X-Men franchise, it should have been with... Future Past.
You know, with Logan dying. But, you know... Because they still have that New Mutants that's supposed to come out too, right?
See, I really wanted to see that, but it got pushed back for some reason. It's coming out
this year now? It's done, right? It's finished, but I don't know what they're waiting on. They should have released it maybe... I feel like releasing it in the winter would have been ideal for them, because they didn't have any big blockbusters come out. You know, they had Venom and that's about it, but...
Right.
Well, did Fox release anything in the winter?
Not that I can remember. They probably did, but nothing that I can remember off the top of my head.
This is weird. Should I be looking at the camera while I'm talking to you?
No, I'm looking at you most of the time.
Or should I look at you?
I'm looking at you, and then I look at... I don't know. I look at you majority of the time.
What does Forever in High School do? Hi, guys! So I've been a teacher for 5 months now, and I just made this little, like... cool like poster. Motivate my kids.
We're using my fiance's camera, thanks to Kirsten, whose channel is Forever in High School.
Shout out, subscribe.
she's a teacher and she makes out these very helpful videos into a peek of a life of the teacher, which is great.
Yeah, so if you're a teacher that likes movies, so you're watching our podcast, and you're interested in teaching too, go click here and subscribe.
Well, now I have to edit that.
Yeah, now
okay,
you gotta...
thanks. I gotta put a little pop bubble there. But
and we'll link in Kristen's page right over here.
Jesus.
Right above Randall, so
I'm not that high tech. I gotta ask Isaac to help me out with this part.
We gotta get in the game. So yeah, what's your thoughts on Dark Phoenix?
You know, I think I'll miss it.
The talent is there. It's just what's the product gonna be? That's the
because like Fassbender is great. McAvoy is great. That's how you say his name, right? McAvoy, James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
Like I think both those actors are phenomenal. I love them both. But it has to be the story that sells me. The story is gonna determine what makes me love it or hate it, or just even mutual ground, right? But yeah, I just feel like they should have ended this franchise already. I don't think a Dark Phoenix is necessary.
Okay, let's talk about ideally when we go watch Dark Phoenix. How do you want it to end? Do you want it to end with the Dark Phoenix destroying the universe, 626, or the Fox 626 universe?
But then how does Logan fit?
Is he gonna be in there?
Well, no, but I mean, I figured that Logan was the ending result.
The end after this.
Yeah.
James Mangold, what have you done?
See, I loved Logan.
Yeah. No, but like, it's like, cause like, was it? No, it was X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah. Where
they had that little Wolverine cameo, right?
Right. Yeah.
So, but who is that Wolverine now in regards to?
That's the Wolverine. That's supposed to be the Wolverine in X-Men 1, I believe. Yeah.
Are they still trying to keep it all canon?
You know, honestly, I don't think they are. I think they're trying to spin it off.
This is why, this Dark Phoenix thing, just end it, and we'll have a hard reset, and things will just make sense after that. Because there's a lot of, like, continuity things going on, you know? So...
this is going to be a very... what I'm about to say is very unpopular, right? But I don't mind X-Men 3, honestly. I don't mind it. And I think a lot of the reason is... I mean, like, I there's a lot of terrible things in the movie, but I don't mind it personally. And I think it's because...
What did you like?
The chemistry between Logan and Jean.
Okay.
I love that.
That's good.
And the fact that there's something poetic in Jean restraining herself enough for Logan to deliver the final blow. And at the same time, they're saying these things to each other and all the things that they can't say to each other.
Yeah.
I think it's very poetic and kind of beautiful in that regard.
Do you think Sophie Turner's going to do a better job?
No.
No?
I love that actress who plays Jean Grey in the original X-Men.
Yeah.
I think she's great. Like, she has so much just range in her eyes.
She's really attractive in, like, a strange way.
Yeah, she's a very beautiful woman, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just love the original Jean. I don't know how Sophie's gonna really hold a candle to her. I mean, I could be wrong. She could hold a candle to her.
I don't know, that trailer looks like she's doing some heavy hitting, man.
Yeah.
Just like standing around brooding with like, I don't know, like varicose veins in her face.
I don't know, but like the original Jean, right? Like she was terrifying to me.
Yeah.
She scared the living hell out of me. And then when she's vulnerable, it's the most heartbreaking thing.
You don't watch Game of Thrones?
Yes and no.
She's kind of been through some acting whirlwinds, man, because her character in Game of Thrones,
right,
Sansa Stark, she's like been abused and everything you can think of that can happen to a person happens to her. So I think she might do a good job. I think she'll do good.
Cool. Well, I mean, I will go. If it's recommended, I will go see it. So
it's going to be recommended because X-Men is my favorite Marvel franchise, and what they've been doing with it up till now, it's cool. It's not what I wanted. The first movie was like a big deal because it, it started what we have now. This we wouldn't have an MCU or a DCEU or anything if that movie didn't come out.
Right. Yeah.
So it started off the trend, but I just want a fresh start for the franchise, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see how Fox ends it, and we'll see what Disney does with it afterwards. And Kevin Feige said he's gonna be taking it under his wing, so it'll get that Kevin Feige effect. So hopefully, we'll have like 12 more X-Men movies with.
Gonna be old, and I won't even.
That'd be cool, man. You get to see the old Avengers fight the X-Men when they eventually get there.
Well, Thor, if he gets older, if he's still around, he's gonna become more powerful.
How cool would that be if, like, 20 years from now, like, old Thor is like, he's like the new Odin,
Oh, I mean, like, guarantee that's gonna happen. Yeah,
we'll see.
And I think there's one last trailer I want to talk about, and then we can move on to the feature film. I really want to talk about Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm glad you picked that one because the other two I didn't see.
Okay, so I guess I'll start this one off because this trailer kind of made me a little excited to go see it.
Oh, you're excited?
I'm a little excited. I mean, I'll go in with an open mind, right? Like, I go into every film thinking this is going to be a 2 out of 4, right? Because that's half and half. That's my mentality for every single movie I walk into. But I don't know, the trailer just sold me. I just really want to see it now.
You're into it now?
It looks fun, it looks funny. Ryan Reynolds looks like he's having fun. The effects look cartoony, yet kind of believable. But I don't like the main guy, Justice Smith. Smith.
Is that Will's son?
I don't know. I'm not too sure if it is.
If you're rocking Smith, are you part of the clan?
But I don't know, like, that kid, he looks terrible to me from what I'm being shown in the trailers.
I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
He doesn't look like he's.
You're not gonna watch it. You're not gonna watch it just for him. You're gonna watch it for the Pokemon.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely.
So we got our we got Kristen off screen fact checking for us. Yeah. Justice Smith is not related to Will Smith or Jaden Smith or
the Smiths. No.
Willow Smith. Or Jada Pinkett Smith. It's a hard.
But I don't know. I mean, like, I'm excited for the Pokemon trailer, and I kind of got really happy when I saw Mewtwo in the trailer.
I feel like that's too spoilery, man. I was talking about it with my brother, and like, if Mewtwo's in it, I don't want to see him until I'm watching the movie, and then I'm like, oh crap, Mewtwo.
Yeah. No, I totally understand what you're saying.
Like, once he appears, what does he do? Is he just gonna fly away? No, he's gonna be like blasting psychic energy and stuff. So like, I want to see that in the theater. I don't want to see it now as I'm watching it on my phone in my car during my lunch break, sweating. It's hot. Yeah.
No, I completely agree with you. I totally understand what you're saying. And there was a part of me too that was like, ooh, if I saw that in the movie theater, did not know,
mind, right?
I would absolutely.
Yeah.
I would lose it. But, I mean, I guess the reason why it's not too big of a deal for me is because it didn't spoil anything really about where the story goes.
Yeah, we still don't know. There's a missing dad, and Pikachu's helping him find him.
So that's the reason why it didn't bother me as much. But I would have, like, been surprised in the theater.
Who is... Ryan Reynolds must be, like, the best pitch man, because he's like... when he did Deadpool, they're like, oh, what kind of character are you going to play? I'm just gonna play myself as Deadpool.
Yeah.
And like, how do you pitch Pikachu, Detective Pikachu? Like, Ryan Reynolds, we'd like to cast you as Pikachu. Like, oh, okay, I'll just do my voice the same. You know?
Yeah.
It's not, like, did you watch that YouTube video?
I did. I thought it was hilarious.
I've done so much research.
I was cracking up with his parody of method acting. Oh, it was funny to me.
He abandoned his children because he became Pikachu in the streets.
I love his line is like, I got the notice I got casted as Pikachu and I'm about to pick up my daughter. And I just drove away. Because Pikachu doesn't have any children. Yeah. I don't know, it's funny to me. Yeah. Stuff like that.
So I think it'll be a fun movie. Man, the Pokemon hype is real.
Yeah.
Because they just released their, coming out with the next Pokemon game. They released the 3 starters. I don't know how nerdy you are about this kind of stuff, but...
I stopped playing after Emerald. That was where I stopped.
That's around where I stopped playing too. So like all these new Pokemon, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I made a comment with my friends. I was like, if this is like the pioneer days, I'm like settling in Colorado. I'm not gonna make it all the way to the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it's cool. Pokemon, it's a big part of my childhood.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't know how many years I've lost of my life staring at a screen trying to train these
creatures. Or trying to catch a Rayquaza.
Yeah.
Or a Latios. Those things were annoying to catch. They just ran away after one hit.
No, the worst is, Latios is the worst.
But, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it'll make, Niantic? Yeah, some money. Who else was in the trailer that we didn't see before? There's Mewtwo.
Greninja is in there.
Yeah, a bunch of Greninjas.
Bulbasaur's in.
Oh, yeah. Bulbasaur.
Psyduck. We've seen Psyduck.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to see a little bit more of Charizard, which I kind of liked.
It looked like they textured him better.
Yeah.
He looked in the first trailer like he was kind of fuzzy. Like a teddy bear. Now he looks more like a lizard, yeah. Yeah,
he looks more scaly, which I like.
Yeah, I guess they're adjusting it as they release the trailers, so... Yeah, looking forward to that one.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all the trailers, really, that we can talk about. So, I think it's time we move on to the big topic of discussion.
Yeah.
So, last time, Brandon recommended that Will and I watch Alita, and unfortunately Will didn't see it because he's super sick, so I seen it, and I have my thoughts on it, and from the last podcast, Brandon, you raved about it, basically.
I was hyping it up.
So, I would love to hear your thoughts on the
film.
No.
No, you go first. Go first, because I have to defend it. From what it sounds like, I'm going to have to defend this movie.
Okay, so I don't...
And by the way, it's going to probably gross around $500 million.
I don't doubt that it's going to make money.
400 guaranteed, so that's already double how much they spent on it, because they estimated it was about maybe $200 million.
Yeah.
So...
I actually believe that it will make its budget back.
It did already.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
okay.
The overseas market is eating it up.
Yeah.
So it's already made its money back.
See, I understand why people like this movie. I kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's not... It's reasons why people loved it that I didn't like it. But, okay.
How'd you like the CG?
CG was good. The face was the most impressive thing.
It was good, right?
The face was very realistic. I was actually really impressed.
That's one of the reason why people weren't watching it, because they were like, oh, the eyes is distracting. But after the first 2 minutes, you're like, oh, okay, that's just how she looks.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are griping about the eyes. It's not terribly important to the story. It's kind of nitpicking at that point.
In a way, it's good because it makes her reactions to things so much more expressive, because there's so much more diameter to her eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
So
but the face was good. The body was a little iffy to me. But okay, well, let me rephrase. What I'm saying right now in regards to CGI, this is my subjective opinion. This isn't objective.
Her body's not your type? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the body was where it was like, okay, it's like any other CGI movie I've seen. The action scenes look like Ready Player One level to me.
Which is good, right?
It's not terrible, but to me it's nothing that I haven't seen before. It didn't break any ground for me. Other than the facial structure. Yeah. I thought that was great. That was groundbreaking in itself. But the rest of the CGI, I've seen it all before. I wasn't really impressed with the graphics. I mean, it's good graphics, but it's like, oh, I've seen that in other films.
You weren't impressed with the PG-13 movie getting Mortal Kombat fatalities, cut in half, shredded, smashed. You know what I mean? It's like, how is this movie PG-13? I guess if you kill cyborgs, it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
as gory as killing a human, but there's cyborg blood.
There was one kill that made me kind of go, oh shit! It gave me an oh shit moment.
Yeah.
Was when the friend of the teenager, he got sliced in half.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god! That was the one kill that. Oh, what happened to the camera?
That's fine. Well, it's we're on episode 5.
Yeah.
We're working stuff out, guys, so bear with us.
Well, what was I talking? Was I talking last? I can't remember.
Yeah, you're talking about the kill.
Oh, the kill. So the teenager getting killed. That was the oh shit moment for me. In terms of the cyborg fights, I mean, it is ballsy to have those kind of separations, right? Like the whole limbs getting chopped off and everything. But I think it's because I knew that she was a cyborg. It wasn't necessarily ballsy to me because they were robots.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing. I mean, like,
so there's no stakes for you.
I mean, there was stakes because I knew that they could die. I mean, they made that kind of obvious in a way. I mean, I'll get into that gripe later. But I mean, it just wasn't anything impressive for me. It was just stuff that I've seen before. It's two robots fighting and...
Okay, so the CG wasn't your favorite part.
No, I
thought the action was really great. Like, like for me, I wouldn't say Alita Battle Angel was a movie. I would say it was more of a ride, and it was a fun ride to go on. I watched it twice.
Yeah.
You know, and like I enjoyed it as much as I did the first time.
Oh, that's great.
By the way, if anyone's listening to this and they want to watch it, I don't know why you're listening to this, but it's better probably to watch it in 2D. I watched it in 3D, and like some of the scenes were like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of 3D still. There needs to be some improvements in that world.
You know, I'm actually not a fan of 3D either. It gives me a headache.
Yeah.
Like I feel sick watching movies in 3D.
I just get sleepy. I get sleepy because my eyes are like strained.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Fix that movie, guys.
We need better 3D films.
So how about the story? What'd you think of the story?
The story.
Hey, why are you sighing?
The story was the thing I thought was atrocious.
What?
Yeah, I didn't like the story, and this is my reason why. Right, it followed every cliche in the book without executing it in a different style. Oh, did I say book?
No, manga.
Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't read the manga.
Oh, okay.
It executed every single cliche in the film with. Wait, what am I saying now? What did I say? Now I'm all jumbled. It did. The movie was a bunch of cliches without executing it in any exciting or new style. It was just cliches on the screen for me, and I was rolling my eyes because we've seen all this stuff before.
Like what? Like give me some examples.
So amnesia. The lead character has amnesia.
Well, because she's been like in low power mode.
That's just that's
possibly 1,000 years, maybe 300 years.
Okay, yeah, but the way that it was executed, it seemed like a script trying to put in conflict. It didn't feel organic.
Okay.
And then the whole love interest thing, especially the teenage kid, he's like a rebel. He wears a leather jacket. He rides a bike. Yeah. It's all cliches. I mean, they followed every single cliche in the book that is known to man, and it didn't execute it with any originality to me. But you know, I mean, like, so I should add in this though that I don't know the source material.
Yeah.
I don't know the manga, and the manga could be really great, but I don't want to judge a movie based off the material that it's based off of. I want to judge things separately. Like American Psycho, that's a good one I'll use. I've read the book and I've watched the movie, and I love both the book and the movie for different reasons.
Yeah.
And even though they tell a similar story, I judge it as different forms of art.
So I never read the Alita manga, but I watched the OVAs that they put out. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of your gripes, I think it's because the storyline is pretty old. Like when it came out, I think it came out around the same time, don't quote me on this, as Akira. Or it might have came out a little bit after Akira, so you know, a lot of I think a lot of issues that these kind of movies have, because the source material is so much older. It's kind of like I don't know, like I Am Legend, and like, you know, that kind of like lone survivor kind of storyline.
Yeah,
it's been done so many times because it's, you know, it's popular and people like it. So I don't know. So like the original OVA, the anime movie that came out, I watched it after I saw it the first time, and like it's pretty close to the source material as far as how it was shot. That I was like, okay, they did a much better job than I thought, because you know, one of my biggest issues with you know, this new wave of like Japanese anime being turned into movies. You know, we had Ghost in the Shell, which was terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was going to be the first opportunity for Japanese anime to make it into the market.
Mm-hmm.
So when I watched this movie, it's good. I don't know. It's good. Like I get it. Like there's corny bits in the movie, and like, you know, Hugo, which his name is Jugo. No, wait.
Oh, that's the kid. That's the love interest. That's
Yeah.
his name? Hugo. Okay.
Hugo.
See, I couldn't even remember his name.
In Japanese, it's Yugo.
Hugo.
So that was a quick fix when they're bringing it to the West. What
Yeah.
should we name this guy? I can't name him Hugo. Just name him Hugo. But yeah, it just did it very well, and like I wanted this movie to do good because I saw it opening weekend, and opening weekend was kind of a bust. They only made like $40-some million.
Oh wow.
And you know, the overseas market has been improving the numbers, and they're probably going to finish around maybe possibly 500 million, but almost guaranteed to make around $400 million.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's double how much they paid for it. So, but I wanted to it needs to do well, and it is doing well, and I think they're going to make a sequel, and I think this is going to, you know, teach a lesson to Hollywood that if you want to do adaptations of Japanese, you know, storylines, mangas, movies, if you do it close to source material, it's going to do well. And I don't know, I don't know, I really liked it.
No, I mean that's
Like,
great. Yeah.
Some of the stuff is corny, so like, you know, that part when like she gives her heart to Hugo, and he's like, take it, you sell it, we'll make all the money, and he's like, ooh, well, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and then like at the end, because it was super sappy, but like they fix it by her saying, you know, that was pretty intense, yeah. He's like, yeah, and then like that whole scene in the bar when she's like asking her warrior hunter brothers to join forces with her to fight the evil, and they're like, no. And then she just kicks everyone's asses. I don't know, I feel like everything that's kind of corny, it kind of fixed, like whatever was written, like Rodriguez
Yeah.
fixed during the shoot. So I don't know, I just thought it was really well done, you know.
No, I completely understand your point of view. I understand what you're trying to get at, and I feel like I could have gotten behind it too, but to me it didn't execute the self-aware moments hard enough. Like the whole she's making a speech and people laugh. Like the reason why it came off as a cliche to me is because that exact scenario has been done in movies countless times, and the way that the movie executed that moment wasn't in my opinion, it wasn't very self-aware about it. It was just playing out the moment, hoping that the audience would go, oh, no one's gonna stand up with Alita, that's so sad. But I didn't have that moment because I've seen that moment done 1,000 times before, and it's too cheesy and too on the nose for me.
There's this term in Japanese anime called fan service. So that's kind of like when, you know, what you want to happen happens, or, you know, if you can take it into a more gross direction. So like if there's like a hot girl, then you know, they like show off her like hotness more.
Yeah.
And this movie was very much a fan service kind of movie. Like it gave you exactly what you wanted to see, and I don't know, it just kept you engaged. What I got from this movie, which I did not get at all in Ghost in the Shell, is it seemed like they really cared about making this movie and doing it right.
You know, I felt that as well.
So like, there's a lot of attention to detail about the world building, about the the relationships with the characters that like kept me engaged the whole time. Every time she did something, it was because within her, her character, it felt like she had to do it. You know, nothing felt weird what she was doing. And I don't know, it just gets me excited because I want Hollywood to pay attention to this and just
absolutely.
do more. Like I want to see like a Cowboy Bebop movie. If Leonardo DiCaprio wants to release his rights to Akira, see like a live action version of that. That'll be nuts.
You know,
because the Japan just has so much good storylines that Hollywood can do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, like Death Note was terrible.
Oh, the Netflix
version. If they can redo that,
you know, the story behind Death Note, just the story of Death Note, I find absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, you just gotta do what they did in the anime, in the manga, and just put it on the screen.
Right.
Make it like 3 movies.
Yeah, a trilogy, a solid trilogy. Yeah,
people will come watch it, man.
Yeah,
you know, it's I don't know. It boggles my mind whenever they take source material and then they warp it into this like monster that nobody wants to see.
Yeah.
So like, and that's why Alita is like a good example. They didn't change much. They added stuff here and there, and it just was a good product, and it's doing well. And I don't know.
I can understand why fans of the manga would love this movie, and for reasons exactly what you said.
Yeah.
I can totally understand their point of view on it. But as someone that kind of judges the movie as its own thing without having a connection to the original manga, I mean, there was just things that irritated me. Like, there was one thing that bothered me. Almost all of the dialogue was exposition. Like, it didn't even feel like the characters were talking to each other. It felt like everything the characters said was to benefit the audience. It felt like they were talking to me. And I felt very irritated that they were doing that.
Yeah.
Because it almost came across as, hey, audience member, you gotta keep up, so we'll explain it to you so you can keep up with where we're going. And a lot of movies do that, and I absolutely downright hate it when they do that.
Really? You hate it?
Yeah, I don't like pandering. I hate pandering.
It's like an action movie for me, man. Like, you don't go into watching an action movie expecting like a great, like a PTA worthy like storyline, like a Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
So like Alita is very much kind of basically just an action movie, summer movie, and you just watch it to have fun. Like, of course, there's gonna be a lot of exposition because it's a brand new world that we're in. Iron City, who's been there, and none of us have been there before. And you do have to explain a lot. When they talk about like what's the game called?
Oh, Jack and Daxter Racing?
No.
the one in the street with the basketball game.
Yeah,
right.
Rollerball or whatever.
Yeah. See, I understand that they have to establish rules and everything.
And I understand the whole amnesia thing, why you don't like it, but also why it works in the movie format, because it allows them in the storyline to have their characters make discoveries as the audience is making discoveries. And what perfect way than to have the lead not remember anything. So everything is a brand new discovery for her, and I don't know.
I understand.
I get it, but I don't know. I'm just easily amused, I guess.
No, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And the fact that this movie is doing well, because a lot of people predicted this movie was gonna bomb.
Yep.
I mean, like I actually like the fact that it's doing well financially, because maybe Hollywood will look at these movies and be like, oh, this is a great story from a manga. Let's try to just keep it as accurate as possible, and then fans of the manga will get exactly what they want, and I see nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Like I'm so happy that like comic book movies are doing so well and it's making big money, and the production is there. But it's like this is the first time an anime has been given a nice like Dragon Ball Evolution. That's so bad.
That was an experience to behold.
I've never watched the whole movie because I put it in, I've on like 5 different occasions I've sat down and be like, okay, I'm gonna watch the whole movie. I put it on. I fall asleep within the first 20 minutes. It's like my body's physically shutting itself down because it does not want itself to watch this dumb movie.
Yeah.
It's so bad that Toriyama had to come back and make Dragon Ball Super because he was so disappointed with them. Not allowing his baby that he's been working on for the past 30 years.
Was it with Evolution or was it with GT?
It was with Evolution.
It was Evolution. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't know. you can tell me the story about GT, but with Evolution, like, they didn't want him to, like, help them with the writing process.
Wow, really?
So they took it away from him.
Oh, that's dirty. That's
and you know what? I was watching Alita with my brother, and I was like, man, if Toriyama watches this movie, he's gonna walk out because they're doing the source material so much justice, man. You know, so
you know
what happened with GT?
Oh, well, this is from my little brother. I didn't do any research into this at all, but he said that Toriyama was upset with the direction they had with GT, so he wanted to scrap GT entirely and just take it from the Majin Buu saga and then make his own continuation from there.
It took some time, but he did it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't know which one is true
anymore.
Yeah. I don't know which one is true, but I mean, the fact that Toriyama is taking the reins on his creation back is really cool, in my opinion. I think I should address a question that Will had for me.
Okay.
So Will asked me in the group text that we have, if I didn't like Alita because of Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, we're gonna get into this?
Okay, well, let me just clarify. I don't think Robert Rodriguez is a terrible director. Okay. In fact, I like some of his movies. I like the Mexico trilogy quite a bit.
All of them?
Yeah, I like all three of those movies, honestly.
Okay.
I think Spy Kids it can be a guilty pleasure for me.
I wouldn't say the Spy Kids trilogy. Was there 3?
Yeah, there was 3 of them.
So I don't think that was like that. I don't think that should go against his prowess as a director because it was kind of, you know, he wasn't really taking it super serious. It was just made for kids. So
that's fair.
That's not his best work on display.
I think another okay, so like with the Mexico trilogy, right? I feel like it's so wild and crazy, but at the same time grounded and believable in a way. But then you get films like From Dusk Till Dawn, which takes the craziness to a level 11 and disregards any believability.
The movie's awesome.
I mean,
come on, okay. Tell me there's moments in that movie that is just spectacular. You know, like the Salma Hayek scene with the freaking snake, and she puts her foot in his mouth.
One naked woman cannot make a movie a 4-star rating for me.
The gross zombies, you know.
The costume and the makeup design's really good. I'll give it that. But the story is too out there. It's the way the violence is executed. I don't think it's very creative. I think it's obnoxious. And that's the way I describe Rodriguez, as obnoxious. I think he's a very obnoxious filmmaker.
He comes from like a real like independent, like do-it-yourself background.
Right, which is great because like Sam Raimi had the same thing. But Sam Raimi, he has a style about
Rodriguez has a style too. He's a real renegade, man. He just kind of does what he thinks is cool. Kind of how, like, I think a little more noticeable than Quentin Tarantino because Tarantino, you know, they're good friends. Yeah. Tarantino just does great work. Yeah. Rodriguez, he kind of does a little more like, I don't know. It seems it's a little bit grittier, but in a good way. You know?
I agree to an extent. I think Sin City executes that grit fantastically.
Oh, Sin City's like a perfect movie for me.
But then you have the Sin City sequel and then Machete.
Well, the sequel, was that directed by him?
Yeah, that was Rodriguez, I think. I'm not, well...
Let me double check right now.
But then you have films like Machete where it's like... It's too out there. It's real B-movie and it's trying too hard to get the audience to laugh without it being...
Dame to Kill was co-directed, I guess, Rodriguez and Frank Miller.
Oh, they co-directed it. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe that's why it just was... It felt like two people was directing it.
But, like, out of his entire filmography, I only like 4 movies from him. Okay. And the reason why is because the Mexico trilogy and Sin City, they were grounded and they had established some sort of some sort of rules for the universe that they built.
How about The Faculty?
No.
What?
No.
That was a good movie, man.
I don't like it.
Let me see.
Like I said, I just think Rodriguez is a very obnoxious filmmaker, and if he was more grounded, he'd be great.
You didn't see the Grindhouse movies? Planet Terror and
I seen which
Death
is
Proof?
Death Proof.
You didn't see Planet Terror?
That's with Nicolas Cage, right? Is Nicolas Cage in there? He's a crazy Chinese man.
Is he?
I think that's him.
I don't remember.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Oh.
But I mean, yeah, that's my stance on Rodriguez. I will admit I like some of his films.
Yeah.
And I think he's just borderline obnoxious, but if he was more grounded, he'd be fantastic.
Like Desperado. What do you think of Desperado?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Like it's good fun, but it still establishes rules and a grounded universe, and it establishes believability to me, whereas his other films don't. But knowing that Robert Rodriguez directed Alita, it doesn't make or break the movie for me, because I'll give the movie a chance. And to be honest, I didn't see Robert Rodriguez's mark on this movie at all.
You didn't?
I didn't.
I felt him in the human moments.
Mm.
So when people were just talking to each other, I felt like he was behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
For the big action sequences, of course, because James Cameron,
Right.
Gave Robert his team.
Yeah.
It felt like a Cameron, like the fight scenes and like the big, like the scene work. Yeah. With like the world building and stuff, that all felt very Cameron-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's like human moments, when people are just talking to each other, it felt like a Rodriguez thing.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Excuse me. But to answer Will's question, I don't like the fact that Robert Rodriguez was the director had nothing to do with what I thought of the film.
Mm. So what do you think of the acting then? So Christoph Waltz, what do you think of him?
He had nothing to do. He had absolutely nothing to do. All his dialogue was exposition, and Christoph Waltz is naturally an amazing actor. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, you look at the scripts that he's given, where he showcases amazing range. You look at Inglourious Basterds, you look at Django Unchained. Yeah. He has great dialogue to work with, and he has something to do as a character.
And that's what I appreciate about him in this movie, is because he's not given great scenes like he was in, like, Django or Inglourious Basterds. But everything he says in the movie, he's acting it with like 100% intention, and like I don't know, I thought he did great work, man. Like whenever he's talking to Alita, whenever he feels something, he felt like a father figure to her, that he really cared about her and cared for her well-being and wanted to like protect her. And that's all his character needed to be. Mm-hmm. And I thought in that regards, he killed it. He
Mm-hmm. I think Christoph Waltz is
He stole some scenes where he didn't have to.
Yeah. I still feel like any older gentleman could have played that role.
No.
That's what I feel. I feel like
He's so supportive, man. Like...
Oh yeah, but so is like John Hurt if he was still alive. I mean, he really could have been replaced by any other older guy, in my opinion. That's what I.
Watching Christoph Waltz on screen, it reminds me of like a warm blanket. Like, he's there and he like protects you and you're cozy, and you just feel good, man. Just like seeing him just be present and and just like talk about whatever, he's like, I'm a hunter killer, or it's just like I believe everything he says. Like, he's a robotics guy, and like I guess he was married to sexy Jennifer Connelly at some point.
I mean, for me, Christoph Waltz was just fine. I wish he was given a better script, because I don't know, he just. This was him sleepwalking to me. He could have done this role in his sleep.
Well, and this is why I think a sequel would really show us what the potential is, because I feel like making this movie was kind of a risk for the studios, and it'll probably get way better screenwriters to work on it, and we'll see what happens in the sequel, because I'm sold. I'm engaged. Will you watch a sequel if it comes out?
No, not at all.
Oh.
I will not go see a sequel to this movie. Okay, so wait,
I think oh man, I'm a fan, dude.
I want to wrap up the acting one, because from last time you and Will talked about the lead girl. What's her name? Raza something? Raza Salazar?
Yeah, I think Rosa Salazar.
I would like to know
good, and like good mixed cast, man.
I would like to know what she's done, Because I'm not too familiar with her.
She just was in that Bird Box movie.
Okay, I remember her in that. Yeah, she was the girl that hooks up with this white
I didn't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Okay.
One of the worst films of 2018.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was terrible.
And what else? Where's his? What's going on here? Sorry, what were we talking about?
I want to know.
Rosa, yeah.
Yeah, has she been in things that you've seen her in that you genuinely liked?
No, she's... I'm trying to find it right now. Let's see. She was in Maze Runner.
Okay, Maze Runner.
She was in Bird Box.
Mm-hmm.
Chips.
Oh, God.
The movie. I didn't look. That one looked funny. I never got to see it though. But besides that, she just this is kind of her coming out movie, really. So
okay.
I thought she did fantastic work.
She was bland.
What?
She was bland to
No,
me.
man, like
she was so bland.
every time she saw something, just the sense of wonder in her eyes, like when she ate chocolate for the first time, she's like eating it kind of weird.
Right.
I loved it, man. Like I was sold. I was so engaged by her being engaged with, everything she sees in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And her honesty and how she just loves without, any kind of she just loves purely because that's all she knows, She doesn't know what it's like to be hurt by somebody. So when her and Hugo are together, she's just so open and honest about everything, And when she's angry, she's really angry. She's like the equivalent of if a baby toddler could speak and kill people.
Yeah. Okay, I think the reason why... Okay, I'm not going to say she's a bad actress. And the reason why I say that she's bland is because she wasn't given a well-written character to perform as. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What's with the hate train going, man?
No, I don't hate it.
Block it.
No, I hate train. I don't hate the movie. But there are things that I saw as major flaws in the movie. But yeah, I mean, I think if that girl had a better script, she could be something fantastic.
She killed it. What are you talking about? She killed everything she did.
The character itself is weak. To me.
No, she's not. She's strong. Okay. So the second time I watched this movie, I brought Reb and Miley to go see it.
Yeah. Oh, we should have got them on this podcast.
The two people
that would have been amazing.
We'll probably get them at some point. But this was my test because I was like, okay, I know I enjoyed it because I love Japanese anime. I love, action. I love Robert Rodriguez. I love action movies. So let's see what they think because they have a little more. Miley especially, and then Reb. He likes what he likes, but Miley has a really critical eye whenever she watches anything. So, I went to go watch it with them, and they fucking loved it, man.
No, that's great.
And
yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
My mints dropped on the floor. No, that's great. I'm not going to stand in the way of whatever people like. I mean, like what you like, absolutely.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, the way that... So the way, what you said when she eats chocolate for the first time, I mean, sure, it's a nice moment, but it doesn't really showcase that much acting chops to act surprised that you're eating something.
Yeah.
To me.
What would you rather have her do?
I would rather have her have a better script. Because, the thing is, while I was watching her act, it's very clearly obvious that she has a lot of talent. She's probably the best actress ever, and I don't even know it. But the thing is, the acting can only take you so far. If you don't have a good script and things to do as the character, your acting range isn't going to be shown in whatever you're performing in my opinion. But I will say this, she's better than the teenage doofus that she dates.
Hugo.
He was terrible.
If there's anything bad to be said about the movie, and it seems like everything you didn't like, but for me it's Hugo because
he was the worst actor on screen.
Okay, so I think he was put into. Well, he's in. He's in the movie because he's in, everything else. But like, I thought he did his job. I thought he did what he needed to do, and that he needed to kind of have like this like kind of teenage kind of like sappy love story with Alita. He helps transition her into the world, meeting people, showing her what it's like to be on the streets and stuff. So it's like his job for the movie was to have the Twilight like sappy like romantic scenes, and I thought he did fine. Okay.
Do you think he's the worst part of the movie?
Yeah, he's not a very like his acting sucks. Like he's got low body fat, so he had to have a shirtless scene.
Like when I saw that shirtless scene, I almost said out loud, "Oh, of course you had to put that in there."
Yeah. No, because like I said earlier, you got to do the fan service.
Yeah.
So, but what like as bad as he was, it didn't ruin the movie. I thought he did what he had to do. He met his end, and it served to build her character to what she is. And like this is like something that like Miley was talking about after we watched the movie. She was saying, she said, I don't. She like us does not like Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay.
And she said,
she had this conversation with me. Yeah.
This is the movie. This is if you want to have something to look up to. She's a strong female character, and she doesn't take crap from anybody, and she fights for what she believes in. She's what people should be looking up to, not Wonder Woman. Well, I guess you can do both, I guess.
Okay, well, Wonder Woman... Well, I mean, I could go on all day talking about how much I didn't like Wonder Woman. Yeah. But, like...
If that's what you choose to do.
But, I mean, like... I understand why people would be drawn to Alita in a way, but I don't think that that's the female character people should be looking up to. And the reason why I say this is because... I think people are disregarding great female characters that we've had in the past. Like, you look at Silence of the Lambs, Clarice Sterling.
No, but you're not gonna wear a Clarice Sterling shirt.
Okay, well, yeah, but we're talking about like just the characters instead of like iconic status.
No, I'm talking about like for little girls.
Oh, okay. In that regard, then no, they should not be watching Silence of the Lambs. So scar little boys as well. Yeah, scar everyone little,
adults and children and everything.
But like going to the whole looking up to characters though, I mean, there are still a lot of great characters that little kids can look up to that are female. Like, look at Princess Leia. Right now, people are gonna say like Princess Leia, she's a princess, she's prissy, whatever. Well, I disagree because Princess Leia is the first one in the first Star Wars movie to actually take action and take charge and to be established as a badass. While Luke and Han Solo are cowering under fire, who's the one that grabs the pistol and actually shoots back? It's Princess Leia.
What about Rey?
Rey has no conflict. Like, okay, like...
It's kind of like the T'Challa effect.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like Rey. I like that actress quite a bit, actually. I think she's fantastic. And I feel like Rey could be a very, very interesting character, but the writers are failing to give her any sort of conflict to deal with. I mean, sure, she has the thing with Kylo Ren, yada, yada, yada. But, I mean, like, even at the beginning of the movie, even though she's born on a desert island... She already knows how to fight when she gets in a scrap with those two sand people. Yeah, so she doesn't need to know how to fight already.
Yeah.
Like almost everything is handed to her. So I mean, I don't consider Rey someone to look up to because she doesn't work for anything, and I feel like any great character needs to work for something to be great. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think Alita should be the one that people look up to. I think if people want to look up to someone currently modern now, then writers need to get on the ball and make a character that we can root for instead of seeing someone already at the top kind of thing. That's what I think. Because that's for any character. We all root for the underdog, regardless of who it is. We just like the underdog because we all have challenges in our life and we all want to overcome them. And following a character... going through the struggles that we face every day makes him or her relatable.
Yeah.
And that's what makes audiences root for certain characters, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, Alita is. I didn't necessarily like
4
it.
out of 4.
Really, you give it a 4?
Out of 4.
You give it 4 star?
4 star. It's a 4-star experience. I'm not gonna say it's a movie, but it's an experience, and I give it 4 stars because it gave me what I wanted. It didn't give me anything I didn't want, and I enjoyed it. And it's gonna be the beginning of a loving relationship with Japanese anime and Hollywood.
No, that's great. That's great.
You give it a 1, aren't you?
See, okay, so this is the funny thing. This is the funny
thing.
thing.
You're not gonna give it a 1.
This is the funny thing. So actually,
3.
When I came out the movie,
5 out of 4.
I gave it no stars when it came out the movie.
Okay.
But as I was thinking about it, the movie did do things objectively well. Like
4 stars.
Like the face was great, and even though the action was stuff that I've seen before, I can't say that it was bad action. It was good action, but it's just familiar to me. So combining those two things that I liked, I give it 1 star out of 4 stars.
Oh my god! No! It's good! It's a good movie!
No, I'm glad that you liked it. I really am. I'm glad when people like things.
Yeah, and then it's a great movie, man!
It wasn't...
Action was good. It was kind of weird when Jennifer Connelly was waiting around the corner when Hugo was dying.
Yeah.
But it was also in the manga, the anime, the OVA. So like I was like, okay, I guess that's fine. But like, man, it was awesome, man. 1 out of 4.
I give it a. I'm sorry. I'm sticking with the 1. I'm sticking with the 1 star.
No. What would you consider a 1-star movie?
A 1-star movie? Oh gosh, I would have to think.
The Medallion. With Jackie Chan.
With Jackie Chan?
The 1-star movie.
I haven't seen that movie, actually.
Alita Battle Angel is not a 1-star movie.
Wait, but I think I have a 1 star on my phone. Well, I don't know.
Yeah?
I gave Daredevil Season 3 a 1 star.
Yeah, you know what, you know what's on my phone, my home screen?
Alita.
Because she fucking inspires me.
No, that's great. She's
beautiful, and she's like, protects her family, and she's violent.
No, that's great. I'm glad that you love it as much as you do. I'm happy.
1 star? No. No.
It's a 1 star.
How dare you? 1 star.
Oh, okay. So I do have a 1-star movie I can think of off the top of my head.
What is that?
Greatest Showman.
You know, that's fine because I didn't watch it. I
Oh, yeah?
chose not to watch it because I knew it would look like crap. So I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time on
Greatest Showman is a 1 star.
Yeah.
But on my personal enjoyment level, it's a 4 star. But objectively, for me, it's a 1 star.
So, how about for Alita then?
1 star.
1 star all around. 1 star.
I didn't enjoy it.
Oh my god! How dare you?
But this is why we have conversations.
Rude. This is fucking good, man.
The last minute of this recording is just me laughing.
I liked every scene, even the Hugo scenes.
Yeah.
And the ending was brilliant, man. She's in her battle armor, pointing her friggin' sword up at Edward Norton. Come on.
Oh, that's actually another thing that irritated me. The movie wasn't. It didn't have a beginning, middle, end. It had a beginning, middle.
It's a ride. When you're on a ride, you just enjoy it. You don't need first act, second act.
Yeah, but in order for the audience to be invested and feel some sort of success, we need to see all 3 acts come full circle. I mean, look at the first Star Wars. Mm-hmm. It doesn't conclude the conflict, but it concludes the conflict for right there and then. And there is some sort of victory at the end of Star Wars 1.
And that's what Alita did.
Not for me. Like, I felt like it was painfully obvious that they wanted to set up a sequel instead of telling a contained story.
No, I think when this comes out, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna watch it every day because it's fun to watch.
No, that is fantastic. I'm happy.
Christoph Waltz, exposition and all.
Yeah.
Great job. Rosa Salazar, mocap, eating chocolate, eating oranges. dicing people up, kicking bottles in faces, revenging dogs, axe kicking arms.
Jesus.
She was fucking hardcore, man. Ed Skrein. The guy that played the Zoltan. Zapan.
Oh, is that Ajax in Deadpool? Was that him? The British guy, right?
Yeah, the guy that was from Game of Thrones. He was the first Dario Naharis.
Was he bald?
And then he was in Transporter 3.
Oh yeah, that's Ajax from Deadpool 1.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. He was believable. He was giving me some Jude Law vibes, man.
He came across as any stereotypical bad guy villain to me.
Marshala Ali. I don't know.
Oh, Marshala Ali.
He was giving me some Blade. Blade.
I don't know. I felt like he was bored out of his mind.
What? Oh. What I really liked that he did was, the scene where he was dying, but it wasn't him. It was Nova that was talking.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good scene because, he was... the physical body was dying. Nova doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But he's still talking, and then you just see the guy die, and he's still trying to, finish his sentence. I thought that was very well portrayed.
I felt like, what's his name? Marshala
Ali?
Marshala Ali. He's a great actor. I loved him in Moonlight. I think he's fantastic in Green Book.
Marshala.
But I feel like in Alita, he knew that he didn't have anything to do, and his performance was lazy.
I think James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez brought in some really top-level talent, and they really banged out a top-tier movie. 4 stars!
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Give it at least 2 stars.
No, it's a 1 star. It's a 1 star.
Kristen,
1 star.
You done with your homework?
She doesn't want to be in this.
Did you like it?
Not as much as you.
How many stars?
How many are total?
4.
4 stars.
It's the Randall scale. 3, right?
2.5.
2.5? See, that's good.
Oh, no, that's great.
I'm cool with
2.5.
that. You had fun, right? You had fun. Yeah?
I like.
Yeah? You had a good time?
Apart from the acting.
You watch it again? You watch the sequel? Don't make that face. Lemon face.
Lemon face.
I'd watch clips of it.
It's a room full of haters right now.
Not the whole movie.
I feel like I'm being bullied.
Wow, no, this is not bullying. This is 2 people giving their honest opinions on what they thought of the movie.
Yeah, hypercritical.
No, I'm
Didn't even like the way she ate the chocolate.
I just think that scene is too simple for me to judge her acting abilities.
I'm like, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna grill it. I'm gonna tear it apart.
Do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a bunch of favorite movies, but my most treasured movie, even though I can't acknowledge myself,
1 out of 4.
Okay, so my favorite movie is Rocky.
Rocky?
Yeah.
That scene where he's standing outside her door.
What scene is that?
Sexual harassment.
No, you know what? I actually thought that the first time I watched it.
Yeah?
I actually did think that. But upon watching it more, I kind of don't think so. But first viewing, I thought, oh my god, what is he doing?
Yeah.
But that was my first. Like I said, I acknowledge that Rocky's not a perfect movie.
Don't get me wrong.
Good.
I like Rocky. It's
Yeah.
it's an important movie for, sports movies and Sylvester Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like a zombie. He's like a zombie came to life in Philadelphia and learned how to box.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, that's how he acts in that movie.
I took it as Rocky was a very simple guy.
He likes to bounce his little rubber ball.
It's a tick. He has ticks.
Yeah. 1 out of 4.
And that's completely fine.
The
that's
movie
totally
was
fine.
Guaranteed, so you want to make a sequel because he loses at the end.
Oh yeah, guarantee it was made.
Yeah.
It was just made to make sequels. Absolutely.
Just like Alita, 1 star.
Well, one star. Honestly, actually, this is actually kind of cool for me. I have to watch Rocky again to actually give it an objective star rating. Because as I'm watching all these older films, I mean,
watch
like,
Rocky? Is this gonna be our?
No. We can't go that. No, because Captain Marvel's gonna come out.
Oh.
Captain Marvel has to be the next one that we're gonna watch.
Okay.
So, okay, wait. I think we need to wrap up the.
I'm gonna watch Rocky by myself for my own personal homework, and I'm just gonna text you. I'm gonna bully you. I'm gonna text you at odd hours when you're like sleeping. I'm gonna wake you up and insult your near dear favorite movie. All right, that's what I'm gonna do for you.
No, I mean, like, that's completely fine. I mean, like, anyone can have differing opinions, and that's what's beautiful about us sharing what we think of whatever entertainment. No, I don't.
Kirsten, what's your favorite movie?
She doesn't have one.
School of Rock.
Oh, she has one now.
It's because you're a teacher.
Even before I was a teacher.
The movie sucks.
I like.
In the end of time.
Oh, that scene was brilliant. I loved it.
You know what? I'm not gonna. I love Jack Black.
No, I love that moment when he talks to what is her name? The big black girl.
Oh, what's her name?
Clearly, it's not your favorite movie if you call her the big black girl.
He talks to her and then he's like, "What's wrong, Tamika?"
Tamika, yeah.
And then she's like, "I can't go up there. I'm nervous. I'm too fat. They're gonna laugh at me." And he's like, "What are you talking about? Being fat's awesome. You can see, like, I like to eat." So I like those moments where he's encouraging.
It's a good movie. I can't gripe that. 3 stars.
Would it happen in real life? Would that happen in real life? No.
No. But it's the suspension of disbelief, though.
Love it.
But
by the way, subscribe to Jablinski Games if you guys are on YouTube. That's Jack Black's YouTube page.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, check it out. Have you been watching it? It's funny. It's
I actually
hilarious.
didn't know that existed.
Watch Jablinski Games every Friday. They have new videos.
We're gonna check that out now because I didn't know that was a thing.
Anyway, I think we're.
Yeah.
I think we've said all that can be said.
Okay, so Brandon gives Alita a 4-star out of 4-star.
Yep.
I unfortunately give Alita a 1-star.
Proof is in the pudding. It's made $475 million. I don't know. I'm just making it up. I know it's made a bunch of money though. So
yeah. But
it's getting that Edge of Tomorrow like not domestic, but overseas boost. And I think word of mouth is helping out too. So this is me telling you guys, go watch it. It's good. You'll have fun. Randall, don't talk. It's enjoyable. Go watch it. It's a good movie. You won't regret it.
Okay, so next time we're actually going to watch a movie. Well, this review will be out late when Captain Marvel comes out, but the next scheduled one, we're going to be talking about Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Because
I'm nervous about this one.
Oh, trust me too.
I'm nervous.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, I think we can talk about all that stuff when we actually see the movie and everything. But yeah, next recommendation is Captain Marvel, and Will join us next time. Yeah, because he has no choice now.
Get better.
Yeah, get better though. Okay. Anyway, that's the
podcast.
Yeah.
Now there's a 4th finger to the gauntlet.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Kirsten! No. Okay.
Okay, but thanks for listening to our rants.
Have a good...
What day? Well, this will be out on a Wednesday.
Have a good Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. Okay, bye.
All right.